Okay, good afternoon, Mark. I'm going to record you your demo for setting up your account on musicborn.com. What we'll do, we'll run over things on what the things you essentially need to do as a promoter to make sure you can use the site efficiently, and so the bands that are applying for your gigs know that you're doing their things in the correct way. So what we'll do, we're also going to attach you up to Rich Mix. Where I'll talk about the Facebook app and how that can help you out as well, and I'll just give you a quick overrun of the whole entire website. So at the moment we're logged in on an account, but what we'll do, we'll go back to the home page first. So what Musicborn is essentially is a complete yellow pages directory you see on this right hand side of all the information that bands need basically. So you are in this promoters directory here. Rich Mix is in here. And whoever's registering, they're all joining different types of directory folders, and it's self-building, so it's growing and growing pretty fast. We've got a gigs listing, which is through gigs here, which just looks like a timeout, but it's all clickable. You can network through everything and find out who does what and who organises what. Artists, what is completely lost on the internet is the ability to just go to a directory. And just find a band by their genre or by their location or by their name in a list. It doesn't exist on the internet, anymore. So what we're doing, we're putting everyone back under one list here. Industry, that's following on from that list where I showed you on the home page. So everything's in a drop-down box. All the blogs, promoters, they can find anything they want. We're just about to introduce a huge festival directory as well, which should be creating massive traffic. Venue-wise, we have 6,000 venues attached to in our venue directory. It's pretty big. So whenever people post gigs, all the venues should pop up that's in our database. Once again, this is all self-building, and as the gigs get booked, you'll see. Let's show you 1001's one. This is where the promoters are putting in the pictures. Shows all the bands. There's the staff that run the Cafe 1001. These are all the promoters involved. So everybody can easily find who they need to get hold of. Also, this is a part of the timeout gig listings. When you click on these, it will give you, like a Facebook style event, and it will show you everything from who's doing what time everyone's on, maps, the lot. Okay? So that's the basis of what the people can see from public side account. So what you've got is you as Mark Farrington as a person. So whatever you do, if you click on here, this shows, that's all you read it. So let's go to view profile. So this is you. You're going to put a nice little picture, a mugshot of yourself in here. And obviously these are the skills which it shows what you do. Now any of these skills that you fill out, now you have been added to the venue manager directory. So if someone wanted to poach a new venue manager, they can find, you'll be listed in there now. Same as a booking agent, same as a producer. You're going to be in the directories now, which you will find in the industry directory here. So let's go back to account. Shitty showcases. So that's this is you as a promoter. So what you need to do is just go through all of these things here and fill up your profile. Let's just check, see if we put Rich Mix on already. Rich Mix is already there. If you do any other venues, just click this button here. Click Add Venue. You can search for it, pop it up, and it will come up on the screen. We'll add it onto you, so people know that they can network and find you as a promoter in that particular venue. So I won't do any more of this bit. I'm going to let you do all this here. Okay. Dashboard. Now this is just basically like a Facebook. What it will do, it will blend messages and requests together. So if you get a message, it's just going to be like a Facebook message. Just open it, answer it, and they're logged back in. They're going to get it. So they get an email telling them as well. Requests. Okay, so requests. As you can see, you've got no requests at the moment. So once we get your slots listed up, bands are going to be coming to the home page, which is actually this part over here. They look at this section here. They come to this list, and the bands are just coming, looking down, and then they're thinking to themselves, "Where am I going to play?" So this is where the cool bit comes in. So this is where your Rich Mix gigs will be listed. So go back to a dashboard, sorry. So yeah, requests. Now I'll show you what the requests look like on my one. So I've got one open on Google here. So when a request comes in, you get three options. Yep. So you get accept. Now, if you know, you can just accept this sometimes if you know the band, you know, and you trust them, and you know it's all good and way. What that will do, once you hit accept, that will go onto the band's profile. It's going to go onto the venue's profile. It's going to go onto your promoted profile, and it's going to go onto all the Facebook apps that are synced to the bands or venues or promoters listings. So it's, you know, the networking goes kaboom and just goes off. Before, I highly suggest you just ask them a message and just check with them what gigs they've got booked in and whether they're willing to promote it. Because what you find is quite a lot of people come in and they get a bit trigger happy and apply for like 10 gigs in one go. So it's always worth just, you know, having a quick chat with them and find out what's, you know, what they've got in, what they've got coming up, or ask them if their gigs are up to date on the site. What, you know, ask them any question you want really. And if you ignore, then you know, that's just going to, if you think they're rubbish, just click it and that'll cancel the request. So you don't have to go for everything. Okay, so that's what you're going to get once the bands start applying for the gigs. So, you know, for us to set it all up, I'll show you how to post the stuff up with all the information you've actually given me. So it's all straightforward. So let's go to my gigs. Now my gigs is the same thing. What we're going to do, we're going to build your diary up here. I'll show you again an example of what mine looks like. Let's have a look. Let's type in this Cafe 1001 so you can see it for that. Now I've got every gig in here. You know, you see some of these, it says fill slot. These are the ones that the band's going to apply for. If you notice, they're blue. Green ones are the ones that are the ones that I filled in. The light greens are ones means the band's registered, but they've not logged in and said I'm doing it. But you know, it still means they're going to do it anyway. So what we'll do, we're going to build you this up now, and yeah, let's get this sorted. So all you got to do is come to this my gigs here. Go to post gig. Take you through to the form. So it's automatically going to put city showcases up here. Showcase cities. So if you end up doing something else, like for instance you manage a band and you attach the band profile to your account, it will give you two options. But for now, you've just got showcase cities as the only option you've got, and that's what it's put in. Gig type, we're going to do a gig. Select the venue. Let's have a look. We're going to find Rich Mix. It will come up. There we are, Rich Mix. That puts that in there. When is it? I was just going to check what you've given me. Okay, so we've got 18th of April. Now you only have to actually make one gig for the if everything's the same every time. You know, you just do it the same. So doors open at 7. You don't need to keep doing them. We'll just duplicate it. Right. So once that's all done, hit next. Ignore this as the regular gig because we're going to scrap that. Right, so what that's done now, this is taking us through to the edit gig profile. You'll always be able to come back to this in your my gig section all the time. So your price is free, so what we'll do, we'll put free in all of those. Now with Principal Flyer, if you have a generic poster for your night, that will override every single picture that comes up on the gig listing. So if you don't put one in, what it will do is find a photo of the first band that might be registered on the site. If you haven't, it will just stick a Musicborn logo up. So, you know, it's probably best you stick your own flyer up, really. So stick that in there. Also, bands will be able to, we'll be able to print it off and bring that with them if they need to for a concession price. Event description. So you've given me all that info here. Let's put that in there. Put that in there. Terms of application. Oh, actually, let's get rid of this bit here. That was all the terms, wasn't it? You can put whatever you want in there once you've booked in what you want. So what terms of application means is, when they come to your page, to the apply page, what they're going to do is apply to play a Rich Mix, and this is going to pop up on the screen. And the aim for this is to stop you getting table tennis emails, so you're not going to have anyone applying that you don't want applying. You know, so it stops a metal band applying for your gig, or you know, so. The whole idea is, yeah, it's just get it straight, say what you want, everyone knows what you're after, and then that's it. So once that's filled in, that was what will pop up. Now when you create a gig also, it's going to automatically give you 4 slots, because that's just generally quite standard. You only have 2 on your night, so what you need to do here is just click the cancel button, gets rid of 2 of those. Yeah. If you want, for any reason, you want to put another one on, click this button here, and it will stick one back on again. Obviously, we don't want that though, so we get rid of that one. Okay. So, let's hit submit and save. Oh, we haven't put a title in. Terrible. Let's put Showcase Cities Presents. Bear in mind, with this bit here, it's probably good that you put whatever will be a headliner once you get them confirmed, because this title will show up in the Facebook app. So, yeah, you know, it's I'd rather, I mean, it's better for you just for visually, for when bands see it on the Facebook app. You know, if you've got a really cool headline band, you know, like Folie Ordinaire Live presents Folie Ordinaire plus art from, you know, whatever, it's good for people to be able to see exactly what it is. So let's hit submit. So right, event amended, that means everything's all good. Now if we go to my gigs, you'll see now that you've got a gig in place. Quite straightforward, yeah? So if we click edit details, that will take us back to where we were a second ago. If you want to edit everything, go back to my gigs. Start gig share, you don't really need to worry about that, you just leave that one. That's for bands that can talk about, they're going to be sharing amps and stuff like that, and generally that's going to really kick in once we've got 10,000 people using this day. Clone event, now this is the bit what's going to be quite cool now, so let's look what your next date is. 16th of May, so just click in this button here, clone. Let's go down, 16th of May. Okay, hit submit. Right, if we just refresh the page now, you've got 2 gigs, all your terms and conditions are the same. Yeah, see, like, you've got, if all the lights are blue, this means that people can apply. So let's have a look what your next one is. 20th of June. Submit that. Okay, right. So now let's show you one thing that's quite cool. So if we click on this now, this shows what we're starting off to make one of these gig looking events. Obviously, as we put the bands, it will come down in here and you can fill in the times and things like that. Also now, if you go to Rich Mix, for instance, now this is the profile for Rich Mix, all this stuff. If you click here, see here, look, apply to play, they'll be able to find your gigs in here also. Pretty good if you copy this link here, you can stick that on your Facebook page, and then obviously people can be able to find what they're going to apply to play. We've got an app coming as well, which will just be apply to play, but that's not coming yet. So let's go back to my gigs, and I'm going to show you how to book someone in. It's really essential that to make people buzz about your night and make them want to feel like they should be applying. You need to make sure that you always keep this up to date. This is the only essential thing which we do ask if you're going to use our system, is to keep this up to date. Because, I mean, there is promoters using the website where they're just getting the requests in, doing it via email, and then they're not giving it back to the site by listing the gigs. And what that then does is stops the confirmation emails going off to the acts that are actually registered on the site. You know, because if you booked a band and you didn't list it, then they won't have the email come off to them saying, you know, Mark Farrington has listed a gig for you at Rich Mix, which then doesn't update their Facebook app, it won't update the venue's Facebook app, it won't update everything. So it's really essential that we keep the network running smoothly, and you do that. So, 2 options. You can either do this in edit details, or you can just do this here. So say for instance, like you put the stowaways, go to fill slots, type in the stow, see what comes up. There you go. Now, if we click this button here on the picture, what that will do will send off a request to the stowaways, and they will get an email saying Mark Farrington has listed you to play at Rich Mix, do you confirm? They will log in and they will confirm it. If, for instance, you book a band, let's call Dead Hill, let's search for those. Now, not everyone's, of course, can be registered on musicborn.com, but you still have to list them playing. All you'd have to do here is just click the performer is not registered, and what that will do is put them in the slots. So let's have a look at that one, yeah? There you go, Dead Hill becoming there. It's going to class as confirmed because they're not on the site and you know it's confirmed. Obviously, because they're not playing, I'll show you how to get rid of that. So let's go back into edit details. Scroll down. If you do have a band in here that you do want to play, you can stick their Facebook in here, which will then be clickable in the event, which people click on the listings. So let's get rid of that one. Let's just cancel that one off. Now what that's done there is going to put it's delete it. You just need to hit it again and completely delete that one. Obviously, pop the slot back in again and hit submit. I recommend you leave these times to be confirmed. I generally don't put the dates in until a time's in until I get all the bands confirmed, because generally they start to squabble about what time they're playing and stuff. So, I mean, as easy as it gets with you now, you mean this is just about it, you know. So you'll find now your gigs that are listed in here. So let's type in what did we say? May. Let's have a look in May. You'll be in here somewhere. There you go, Rich Mix. There you go. So save me searching through pages and pages of these. So what also now is every day, every person that's registered will get they will get an email come through. So the one you've got, and telling them now they can apply to play at Rich Mix. So it's a new venue on the list. You're going to start getting requests, especially because you've got a good walk-in. People are definitely going to start to be interested to come and play for you for sure. What you need to do also, when you log in, when you log back in, make sure you click this straight away. Sync up your Facebook, and I'll show you what that looks like. If you come, say, like for instance on here, this you can come to on your Facebook, and as you pump in your gigs, it starts to update and build your pages up here. You can see there's quite a lot of bands now that have got them. Let's have a look at This Is My TV. There you go. So what happens then, by you posting a gig for This Is My TV, you're actually going to then update their gig app as well on the Facebook. So the networking's really good. We're going to get all the venues using this app as well. So, by you just posting one gig, you're going to be updating lots of stuff. Alright, so, as we said, please just keep it updated. There's no point you even use the site really if you don't, because it just slows the networking down. So, yeah, Mark, any questions you have for me, please give me a call, and I'll get this up and running for you now. Thank you. Bye.